Hello, and welcome to OWECTA's mini course titled Much Ado About Coding, or as I'd like to call it, Coding 101. My name is Jennifer King, and I'll be your instructor or facilitator throughout this course, which begins October 16th and will continue until November 6th. Just a few things about me. I've been teaching the AQ courses and I've written the AQ courses for the integration of computer technology in the classroom for quite some time now with OWECTA. And our mini courses focusing on code are relatively new, yet I think they're a great opportunity to continue or extend our learning from our classrooms and then take this learning and apply it back to our learning in our classrooms with our students. Just a few things about me. I'm a mom. My son is 17. He'll be 18 in March, so we're preparing for all of those fun travels to different universities over the coming months. My husband works in the IT sector here in Ottawa, and we live just outside of Ottawa in a little place called Carleton Place. I've been a teacher since 2008. Prior to that, I was a social worker. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that skill set has yet left me. The skill set that I've been developing the most, though, I feel over time has been the integration of technology into my classroom practices. And with that comes coding. You'll notice that in our D2L Brightspace learning environment, you will see that there's a news section. That news section, if you're not familiar with OWECTA AQ format, will become a very, very important place for you to, first of all, supplement your learning. I always post daily. I post new and relevant bits and pieces of things that I found online or some practices perhaps that I've used in my classroom that happen to be successful and I want to share with you. It's also a place to keep track of assignments and sorts of, all sorts of learning and things that need to be submitted. Another place to check would be the calendar. Now, while this is not a standard AQ course where you do have deadlines, I really would suggest that you follow along as best as possible with the calendar. This will give you some suggestions in terms of which units or modules of study to begin with and when they'll end. That'll keep you on track so that you're not missing out on the flow of the course. It also will give you some time to have some hands-on practice while you're learning along with the content. Our calendar is obviously flexible. In terms of submission pieces, we'd be looking at optional journal submissions, and you will see that in the content as well. I do have a discussion forum that I have posted for you. There's a few subtopics that are there to help you as learners yourselves. There's a tech issue subtitle where you'll be able to pop in dead links as you come upon them, or any other kinds of issues you may be facing from the technological standpoint. There's a spot for you to pop in some questions or concerns, particularly if it's sort of that off hours time. I'm available through email, most certainly, and then obviously you may text me absolutely if something crops up. I've provided all of my credentials for contact at the end of the initial or the first news post. Please feel free to contact me at any time. I love answering questions. I love problem solving with you. I love troubleshooting. So anything that happens to crop up, by all means, make sure you stay in touch. I'd also like some feedback. So if you're noticing that there's components of the course that you think you could or could be improved in any way, I'm the writer or the developer of the course itself. So I'm always looking for new ideas, more practical spins on things that would make sense to you in your current teaching placement. So by all means, feel free to drop along some information in terms of pieces you really loved or really enjoyed, things that were very practical for you, but also some of the module components that you feel could be adjusted or altered to better fit your needs as an educator. Again, welcome to the course, and I'd like to welcome you to just peruse the content first. So if the D2L environment is something that's new to you as a learner, there is a video that's posted in the first news post to help you out, just to kind of familiarize yourself with that particular platform. The other thing that you can do to help me would be to complete the Flipgrid that I've left the link for within the first news post. That Flipgrid will allow you, number one, to try a tool that may be new to you, and it's certainly one that's useful in my classroom here in grade 8 land. The other thing that it will do is it will help me to understand where you are in terms of your learning goals and your current skill set. Once I can find that out, because our group is quite small, I'll be able to personalize this course as best as I can to your wants, to your needs, and to those practical pieces that you would like to learn or you're hoping to learn by the end of this mini course. It is a short period of time to be learning. The content that I have for you and the links that I will share are yours to use as you see fit. So by all means, be sure that as you're learning and looking in the news post and when I'm sharing these links, that you're taking copies for yourself. Adding credit where credit is due is always appreciated. Again, welcome, and I'll leave you here so you have some time to jump into the course and begin your learning. Thanks so much for joining me.